Hello, fight fans. George Hanson, the Pope of Pugilism. We are here tonight with the man, the myth, the legend himself, fashion aficionado, sports apparel, my man from the Bronx, Angel Alejandro, double A box.
What's going on?
Angel. How you doing, man?
Thank you very much. I'm good.
I got to tell you, you made a pair of Jamaican boxing gloves 2 years ago for my fighter, Aaliyah the Archer Davis. Best pair of boxing gloves we ever had. Jamaican colors. They're still sturdy. People ask about them. We love them. So thank you. And I'm also wearing a shirt you made for my man and little brother, Hammer and Hank Lundy.
Hammer and Hank, yes.
He's been a fashion plate for double A boxing over the years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we turned. Hank was one of the first few fighters that used to call me and say, "I want this color. Just do whatever you want."
But well, you know that the Hammer's a fashion magnet himself. Always impeccably dressed, inside the ring and outside the ring.
Thank you. Yep. Glad we can help him out with the inside the ring stuff.
Well, you got the Hammer, and I got to say, thanks to Double A, the Hammer has been fashionable over his career.
Thank you.
And thanks to the Hammer, all my fighters get his left down, hand-me-downs. He passed the gloves on and the equipment to me, and I passed them on. But tell me how you got started, man. You're just not a fashion guy in boxing. You're a boxing guy who got into the fashion industry and the boxing apparel. Talk to me about your journey in boxing.
Yeah, I was an amateur boxer up in the Bronx. I trained out of the Bronx Chester Boxing Club, and I went there. Believe it or not, when I was a kid, I went to get a fighter by the name of Richie Burton. Mm-hmm. Remember Richie Burton, the contender, the middleweight contender? Mm-hmm. I went to go meet him, get his autograph, and about 20 years later, I wound up buying the gym.
Man.
We wound up hanging out, and I bought the gym, and I just became a boxing club, a gym owner. I had some pro fighters. I had Joey Rios, Eddie Azari. I had a bunch of amateur, pro, the term pro. And then I was always in the business, like running the boxing club. As you know, a boxing club's not profitable, because you're doing it to keep the kids off the street. You're helping. Mm-hmm. And then we just branched off into my first endeavor was shoes. We started the Double A boxing shoes. They sold really well. Then we dipped into equipment for a while. That did well. And then we started doing the clothing for the fighters. And that took off. And that's really what we're doing today is mostly apparel, team shirts, all the outfits for the ring, cornerman stuff. And we're going to get back into shoes probably next summer.
Talk to me about the apparel, man. I mean, it's fashionable. It's perfect, right color scheme. You not only do Hammer and Hank Lundy, but my man, Jesse Hollywood Hart.
Yeah, we did. We put the Hollywood and Hollywood Hart.
That's Jesse.
We started doing all the rhinestone stuff. It's funny. Like, I got a lot of love in Philadelphia. Like, I know you from Philly, but Philly's always been, it's weird. When I first started doing the suits, everybody was telling me, oh, that's too flashy. Who uses that? That's too much, because everybody was used to just toning everything down. Simple colors. We decided to put like high-end fashions in there. We were doing $35 a yard fabrics. People said, that's unbelievable. That's not going to work. Fighters loved it, and we started doing like the high-end stuff. And it just took off, man. People really started calling us, and we started getting a large clientele. The COVID set us back like 6 months. We had to shut down. But when we opened up in December, 7-8 orders right off the bat. So, it's hopefully everything comes back. Everybody stays healthy. And that's what we're doing now. Just mostly clothing.
Talk the fashion, man. I look at the outfits you've made for Hank, and I look at Jesse Hart's outfits. They're impeccable. Talk to me about the detail that goes into making those outfits.
Well, I design it, and then I got master tailor Yusuf Amarusu. He comes in and we work together. I'll design it, he sews it, and the thing about it is very, very meticulous. Every stitch, all the color combinations, everything we do, we try to make it fashionable. We don't want to do it, we want to make like the ring walk into like a runway. When a fighter walks down the ring walk, he looks fresh, he looks beautiful, everybody likes it. And that's what it does. It's hard for a lot of people to copy what we do because we do everything in house, from the rhinestones to the cutting to the sewing to the printing. Everything is done in house right here in Harlem. We don't have to send it out for anybody to do this, to do that, and we can control the cost. So you'll see a suit that should be $1,200. You know what I mean? And we can make something that's amazing. All rhinestone names. We do it all in house. That's what makes it, easier. We got like a 2-week turnaround time. The most exquisite suits, we can do it in 2 weeks.
I have to give it to you. I love what you just said. The ring walk should be like you on the runway.
That's what we try to do.
I love fashion and I always look at the fighter's outfit and, it sticks out in the mind. And looking at Hank and Jesse Hollywood Hart, man, those guys are styling.
Yeah. Alicia, we did Amanda Serrano's another one, another hell of a fighter that, when she calls us, there's no limit to what she wants. Like she'll come to the shop and she'll pick fabric out for her next 5 fights.
Bad.
Next 5 fights. We actually have 3 fabrics now for her next 3 fights. She already paid for them because if she sees a fabric she loves, we got this really exquisite. It's black and it's a chameleon print. Man. When you turn it around, it goes from green to gold to blue to purple to baby blue. As you turn the fabric, the sequin changes. It's called chameleon sequin. She bought that a year ago, and the thing is, like, the good thing about using high-end fabrics is that when they're done, they're done. Everybody's not going to be able to get that fabric. So if we buy the fabric by 100 yards, 50 yards, and we have it here, they can't find the fabric. No, you're not going to find the stuff we use at Joann's or any other fabric stores. We use only high-end stuff. So believe it or not, it fits better and it looks better. So it makes the outfit better. There's not, there's no small, medium, large. Everything is made to fit the fighter.
Everything is one of a kind.
One of a kind, yeah. If we have, sometimes we'll get like say a Jesse Hart or Amanda Serrano, one of the high-end suits, because, they always pick top of the line $39 fabrics and stuff like that. So if we have a little fabric left, we'll make a pair of trunks or we'll make a skirt and then we'll sell them on the website discounted because it's fabric. We don't have enough to make a whole suit.
Right.
But it's very rare. It's very, very rare that we'll make a suit and then a few months later somebody wants that fabric. That fabric's not available. Solid color is always available. I'm talking about the expensive sequin stuff. That's usually once we do the suit and the fighter wears it, say a month later. By that time, when people call me, I want that silver and gold, it's over. They don't have it anymore. You have to pick another fabric.
Doing my research, I discovered you not only make suits for the fighters, for the cornermen and corner women, everyone, but also something that was intriguing to me is that some of the fighters are now asking for outfits for their husband, wives, girlfriends, boyfriends, mother, father, so they can be in sync with the fighter. They can coordinate, as John Witherspoon would say.
Yeah, coordinate. That's
they
right.
Can coordinate. Talk to me about that.
That started with Edgar Berlanga.
Okay.
He would have an outfit and then he'd want something for his girl to rock at ringside.
Okay.
We did that. And there was another fighter from California where we took fabric from his outfit and made a jumper for her to match him. you know, maybe not just tone down for the girl a little bit, like pantsuit, something really nice and sexy, because she wants to sit at ringside and match what he's rocking in the ring, which was it was great because it kind of like branched us off. We've been doing like dresses and stuff like that for celebrities now. We did the all the boxing outfits for the Sway Lee video when Sway Lee was on Jimmy Kimmel.
Okay.
Him, Young Thug, we did all their outfits that was on the show that night, the performance. Who else we done? We did stuff for the Creed movie. Gabe Rosado wore AA in Creed
Yes,
1.
I remember that.
Yeah, we did that for him.
Man, that's quite intriguing, man. Let's talk about Berlanga. I do my research. I saw you in a video where you talk about Berlanga, and he wanted a leather outfit, and you said, "Listen, this leather outfit, when it gets wet, the rounds go on. It's going to get too heavy." And he looked at you strangely and said, "It's not going to go past the first round."
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I can wear this leather.
Sometimes the fighters have an idea in their mind what they want, and they are looking at it fashion wise. They're not really looking at it as sports apparel. So sometimes I got to tell them, listen, that's going to be too heavy. Certain fighters have no budgets. Certain fighters will call me and say, I want alligator leather. No problem. It's $65 a hide. I need 4 hides to make the suit. I don't care.
But Angelo, you tell me you don't have any alligators in the basement? I'm just joking, man.
Nah, but we get them. But we'll get them. So sometimes you got to talk them out of, listen, you want it to look good, but at the same time, you don't want it to be you don't want it to be so uncomfortable that it affects your performance. So that's something that we go back and forth with the fighter a lot. Like, they'll want like all plastic vinyl. And I say, listen, that's going to be uncomfortable. If they insist, we do it. But that Berlanga suit was real heavy. And it was real leather, real fur. All the lining was satin. The suit, actually, the trunks you can put on the table, they stood up by themselves. And I tried to talk him out of it, and he would not. And when I specifically told him, listen, man, you get into the 3rd or 4th round, this suit is going to be heavy, and then your corner's going to wet you. The leather gets heavy. Let's not do it. He looked at me and said, this ain't going past the 1st round. Angel, don't worry about the weight of the suit. Sure enough, he knocked the guy out in like 1 minute. Thank God, because, sometimes,
But we know that Berlanga's ring walk is longer than all his fights.
As we got to make him look good. We got to get it off.
You got to look good.
They understand, like, I remember we did boxing shoes for Sergio Martinez. And he was fighting in Argentina in an outdoor stadium. And he wore my shoes into the ring. And everybody was calling me. They were so excited. It was like my first championship fight. He was wearing my shoes in the ring. Nobody else noticed that it was raining. It was literally raining outside. And they're fighting in an outdoor arena. Canvas was wet. And I was nervous. And everybody said, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I said, listen, you don't understand. If he slips, they're going to blame the shoes. They're not going to tell you it's raining, And then they're going to think that my shoes are slippery. I was nervous up until the 12th. When they finished the fight, that's when I took a breather. I couldn't believe it. I said, oh, thank God it was over. Everybody was enjoying it. My shoes were in the ring. But I was nervous the whole fight, thinking he was going to slip off the water. But he didn't, thank God. And that's what happened.
And Nike, January 25th this year, Nike's going to be 51 years old. They actually started 1964, changed the name to Nike in 1971. 2020, their sales, 35.4 billion, I believe. Net income, 2.54 billion. 51 years later. Let's talk about AA. You guys, Nike's the #1 sports shoe company and also sports apparel. Now, you have switched to apparel now, and you also make boxing shoes. Where do you see you going in this space, and what can we expect 51 years from now? Double A,
In
50 billion.
respect, I won't be here 51 years from now. I'm 52 now, so but
You never know.
the company, the thing is, we have a niche market. We have a very niche market. My major clientele is fighters, not really health club. I'm talking about real fighters, real gyms. That's my major business. Boxing has become real fashionable in the last 5 years. Chanel made boxing gloves. Louis Vuitton made boxing gloves. Versace makes boxing gloves, and he has a bathrobe that looks like a boxing suit. You know, Fashion embraces trends, and trends. Boxing was real trendy last year and going up. All these small, I don't want to disrespect them anyway. All these small little fashion boxing gyms popped up.
Yeah.
And having all the professional fighters and most of that's not really as profitable. We got to find a way to get into the health club scene, so we can have a shoe that's like at a price point where the white collar boxer, the female who just wants to get in shape, she don't really want to fight, she just wants to get in shape. That's where the money is. Even in the gym, I own a boxing club with Golden Glove fighters, amateur fighters. I'm lucky I break even in my boxing club. I'm lucky if we make anything there. We do that so much like to help keep the kids off the street. I know what that boxing gym did for me. So I do what I can to make sure that it stays afloat, But that's not a profitable venture. And then I see a gym with a fancy name, some pretty bags, and some gym teachers teaching classes, and those gyms are very profitable.
Yes.
You see professional fighters now doing side work, training fighters in those gyms because they have the clientele. Not that there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just explaining that, there is a difference. So I'm trying right now to go from hardcore boxing and trying to break in a little bit into the more trendy clubs, the little trendy boxing gyms. Nothing wrong with that. That's just another aspect of business that we have to tackle. So that's what we're trying to get into with like the apparel, the sportswear, the different stuff. Because everybody knows Nike, everybody knows Reebok. Only boxing people know Double A. So, so we're trying to break out of it.
And 1964, very few people knew Blue Ribbon Sports. That's Nike's original name. Wow. In 71, they switched to Nike. Now we all know Nike, but if you read the story, it wasn't always that way. Right. And think about it. Basketball shoes or sneakers, 99.999% of people that wear those shoes have never been on a basketball court.
Exactly right. You're right.
Yet they wear the shoes.
Yeah, because it's trendy. They got team colors. They got you're in Chicago, you're wearing a red, white, and black. If you're in New York, you're wearing a blue and orange, or Brooklyn, black and white. It's a different style. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. You put it great. Breaking off into trendy, but boxing is just a smaller crowd. Right. But it is growing. It's becoming real fashionable to box. I mean, I've been getting, I don't want to give too much out because there's nothing in writing, but I've been getting major brands trying to do collabos with me. The deal hasn't been good yet, so we haven't done it. But I've got major brands too that are calling me, hey, let's do a collabo. Why don't you design a shoe? Why don't you do this? Why don't we do, fashion and my brand, their brand? And, I want to do it, but it's just got to be, it's going to help them a lot because they're a known brand. I'm not that known yet,
It all comes down to contracts and a great lawyer. But Angel, I have a dream that one day all the kids across the world will be playing outside with boxing shoes on. as a
Hopefully.
fashion statement and wearing them like people wear sneaks.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna give you a little exclusive. This is something that we were my main event one shoe is sold out. We sold 3,000 pairs in 2 years from a gym in the Bronx. This is before we opened up a website. From a gym in the Bronx, we sold that many, just selling hand to hand. We decided to try a new style shoe, and we came up with some that I have samples here. But because of the current, president with the taxes and all, it's messed up the business. It's hard to do business now with that, so we had to take a step back. But this is the shoe that we were making.
Oh, you can wear that everywhere. Angel, give me a pair of those. I'll wear them to the Jamaican club. You put that shoe in Jamaican colors, I'll walk around Jamaica with those, and everybody will want a pair.
This is the style, and we're gonna be doing it soon. It's just that we have to. We're waiting on manufacturing right now.
Angel, don't you realize that you can wear those shoes outside to the club? I've seen fighters. A lot of fighters used to jog in your boxing shoes.
Yeah, I remember that. My first shoe, I was shocked. That's the first thing we ever did. We tried the shoes. Then that took off so well that we started doing gloves. Then we did headgears. Then the market got flooded with cheap equipment. Just everybody's doing equipment now. Every gym slaps a label on the glove and they sell it. There is not that market for like Grant is top of the line. I like Rivals, but that $95 glove, people are not really doing it. But I try to use the best leathers, the best foams, the best fit. I can't sell my glove for 30 to compete. My glove is a $9,500 glove. So we got out of the glove market, and another thing is we did them so good that they're so durable that sales were low, because once we sold them, we didn't have to keep selling them. I tell everybody, if you buy a glove from me and you just know my name, you're buying it from me personally. I own the company. When it breaks, you knock on my door. Hey, Angel, my glove broke. I exchange it. When you buy a glove from one of the brands, you throw it out. You expect it to break, so you throw it out. With me, I'm held to a different standard because I'm in boxing. So, if a stitch breaks on my shoe, they bring the shoe back and I exchange it. If a stitch breaks on one of the little, smaller, mom and pop, they just throw them out. So our quality has to be different. Our quality has to be better in order just to compete evenly,
Mm-hmm. And I understand what you're saying, but also see your company or the gloves you make, you're not competing with the people who are going to Pakistan, getting a $9 glove, putting a label on it and selling for $60. It's different. And the people who buy your gloves are not looking to buy that glove.
Right.
So it's different spaces. You're not competing with the $50 gloves, because we have a pair of your gloves and we'll pay for it, and we'll even pay more than what you charge for it, because it's a quality glove.
How long you had that glove?
2 years, and it looks brand new.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
that's the Jamaican flag line.
That's what we did. We tried to make it. We got great leather. The padding is top of the line. That glove is gonna last. So like I said, the boxing, you guys got pro fighters. The boxing community, that's beautiful. I get mad support from them. Mm-hmm. It's just to make the company grow. I'm gonna need to step into like not only the hardcore boxing, but to get the boxing fan who maybe hits the bag in his garage. I need that market, and that's what we're trying to tackle now as far as apparel. We're trying to build a brand name. We're trying to do T-shirts. We're trying to do jumpsuits. We're trying to do, little more leisure wear. The best thing in the market is that a lot of fighters are no longer doing those cornerman jackets, because the cornerman jackets, you get them for $30 in title. You know what I mean? I can't do it for $30. And now people are actually getting like track suits or polo shirts where the coach can wear it to the weigh-in, wear it to the fight, wear it after the fight, to represent the team. So we do a lot of that. The polos, the track jackets, the jumpsuits for the fighters. That's what we've been doing lately,
Angel, I went jogging this morning. I run every day. I had on my Hank Lundy sweatsuit from AA Boxing. And after all these years,
we did a lot
of it. Held up. It has held up, and it looks beautiful.
That's, quality lasts, man. It ain't, we're not trying to compete with Walmart. We're trying to compete with Versace and Gucci. You know what I'm saying? You want it to last. You want it to look good. And, and this is the one thing, like if you see one of my suits on a fighter, fighters don't call me and say, oh, I'm a small, I'm a medium. No, it's cut to fit. The difference between a custom 2-piece blazer and suit and off the rack, it just looks completely different. And that's what we try to do. We have a showroom up in Harlem, and we get people to come in here and we measure it so that the suit fits him. And then we keep their measurements. Next time they call, we have their exact measurements. Tailored measurements, not small, medium, and large. It ain't one size fits all. Custom is custom.
Yep. Angel, I went home to Jamaica in 2019. I had on my Hank Lundy suit, blue sweatsuit that from AA. Had this shirt on. I think people were wondering, did I come down here to train? And some people wanted autographs.
Right.
I look like a professional athlete with the suit on.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing, man. That's a good thing. And we have fun because, like I said, in the beginning, fighters would tell me what they want, and I would suggest this crazy fabric, and they would be like, oh, I don't know. And I think it was Alicia Napoleon, Hank Lundy, Amanda Serrano, Amel, a bunch of this is the color I want. Just do whatever you want. Hank was the first one with that. Do whatever you want. I want purple and gold. Do whatever you want. I want 6 jumpsuits. I need 20 shirts, and I need an outfit. Didn't even ask me. When he opened the box, he was shocked. He didn't even, he would let us.
The hammer gave me 2 shirts.
Yeah,
I got 2. I see we have 5 minutes left for my director, man. Talk to me about, no, let me go back. I have to ask this question. I saw an interview where you said, man, I would have loved to have outfitted Sugar Ray Robinson.
Definitely.
Talk to me about that. I was laughing when you said it because I think I know why.
Harlem legend. I mean, who had better style than him? You know what I mean? Who had better style than him? You saw he drove around in Cadillacs. I mean, funny, where I'm located in Harlem is around the corner from Dapper Dan.
Man.
It's up the block where Sugar Ray Robinson had his club. I mean, I got a Sugar Ray Robinson t-shirt here somewhere in the back. It's unbelievable. It's like we did a t-shirt for him. He's like, Harlem legend, man. He had that swag.
Yes.
He had that swag.
Now, in today's climate, in today's world, which fighter you have designed for who comes close to Sugar Ray Robinson? With that swag. You can name a couple.
You mean as far as style?
Yeah, style. Uniqueness.
Jesse Hart does some wild
Hollywood.
Stuff. Hollywood Hart does some wild stuff. We did a leather jacket for him. He really came up with some stuff. Hank Lundy was more on the color schemes.
Yes.
I want purple and gold, and he'd drive you crazy looking for purple, sequin, like exotic stuff. But that's one thing he let us play. He really didn't. He was really open. Jesse Hart has a style in mind, and then he makes you go get the colors and stuff you want. But the style, he had a leather motorcycle jacket. When we made it, people thought it was like a real jacket to wear, but it was a boxing outfit.
Man.
So that was crazy. Yep. Yeah, we did a Roberto Clemente outfit for Cindy Serrano.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, Roberto Clemente. I said, listen, I'm Puerto Rican. I put Puerto Rican flags on every part of suits. I don't even know where I could put another flag, And so we said, let's do Roberto Clemente, a Puerto Rican legend. And we literally did a baseball jacket boxing suit, leather sleeves with zippers. So when you open the zipper, you can take your glove out. But if you wear it, it looks like a baseball jacket, Roberto Clemente style, with his silhouette and his number.
You know who I thought you would have been perfect for this person. I think you might know who I'm going to say. One of the most fashionable fighters, Hector Macho Man Camacho. Hector Camacho.
That's, thing about Hector, the funny thing, he started this. You know who used to do it?
Yes, he did.
Maggie Vicente from Vicente Boxing. She used to do his suits. That's who did Hector Camacho's suits. And we worked together in the past. She was doing Hector. She started doing suits for me, for fighters that I had. And really, that's how we got into the business. But Maggie Vicente is really the godmother of all these suits. Anyone who mentions another name, maybe she's a tailor somewhere, but Maggie Vicente was the baddest outfit maker in the 80s. The baddest. If you had a Maggie Vicente suit, you were the man. And she got elderly. She got sick. She doesn't do it as much anymore. We lost touch. But when we started doing it, I always said, when people see a Maggie suit, they go, wow. And I always wanted it. If you notice my suits, I don't put my patches all over it. I don't put advertising like a NASCAR driver on people's suits. They're paying for the suits. I give them the hottest suit. They promote, Double A made it. I want it to come a time where I don't have to put a patch. People look at the suit and say, oh, that's got to be a Double A suit because nobody else does that. That's really what I want. I don't like to put logos everywhere. To me, that's tacky.
Man, we have 2 minutes. We're winding down. What would you like people to know about Double A Boxing?
Man, we try to make the best outfits for the fighters, bar none, best materials, anything that they can dream of, we can make happen. And, we just want to be known as the best boxing outfit manufacturers around. We don't want no competition. We want to take everybody out. We just want to be the best at it.
Take them out. How can people reach you, Angel?
You can always hit me up on my Instagram. That's Double A Boxing. Just the word double, the letter A, boxing. Email doubleaboxing@aol.com. Or you can, when you hit me on Instagram, you DM me to make a fitting appointment. You want to come down, fit yourself, take a look at some of the stuff we got, look at fabrics that you're not going to find anywhere else. You can always come here.
There you have it, folks. Angel, Alejandro, Double A Boxing. The man is how can we say, the fashion god of boxing. He does it all for the fighters. I mean, it's unfortunate that he wasn't there when Sugar Ray Robinson was around because the Sugar Man would have loved him.
He would have been looking good. Thanks,
this is great, man. And your gloves, they are the best.
Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate the love. Thank you.
And thanks for the Hank Lundy shirt, man.
I got you. I'm going to send you a Sugar Ray Robinson one.
Okay, thank you very much.
Email me. I'll give you that one. You got it.
Take care, Angel. It's a pleasure, man. Continue doing what you're doing.
Thanks so much.
Come on. I've been had skills, crystal still, hot bills in Brazil. About a mill of ice grill, make it hard to figure me. Be kicking me in my hole, undercover, Johnny Brasco. Left my East Coast girl, the Bentley, the twirl. My West Coast shorty, push the chrome 740, rockin' red man and naughty. Oh, with my kitty cat, half a brick of yay, in the bra with her titties at. And I'm living that whole life we push weight. State, Penn, O's in Penn State. Listen close, it's Francis, the praying mantis. Attack with the Mac, my left hand spit. Right hand grip on the whip for the smooth getaway. Player haters, get away, or my lead will spray. Squeeze off till I'm empty, don't tempt me. Only to hell I send thee, all about the Benjis. Why?
Benjamins, baby. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. It's